What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full Pokemon kicking moves team. Man, it's been a while since I put a theme team up, almost a week. I'm sorry about that, people, but we are back. If you're hyped for this, give that like button a kick. Sorry, I just had to do that. So we have all these Pokemon kicking moves. Now, I used all those moves as the attacking moves only. I had some status moves in the team as well to work around, but I had some really cool strategies. You got to stick around for both these battles, people. They're really, really good. So any theme teams and ideas or suggestions, please put them below in the comment section. I do love reading the comments. So this is a battle against Blue on my chat. Now we have a Mandibuzz lead. Now for this team, I ran a specific Bronzong. Bronzong actually doesn't get any kicking moves. However, I wanted to use this special strategy just for this team. I'll go over that right now. So this is a special attacking Mandibuzz with the Dark Pulse, obviously going for the flinches there. Now, this is a skill swapping Bronzong. Now, I've got Heavy Metal in this set. Now, the idea is to skill swap Heavy Metal to the opponent, so then the other Pokemon can use Low Kick. So Low Kick is all based on weight. So when they've got the Heavy Metal ability, their weight will be doubled, so Low Kick will do more damage. I thought that was really cool to use on this team. I've also got Rest, Sleep, Talk, and Toxic on this set, but the main thing is just to skill swap as many Pokemon as possible, and I taught as many of my Pokemon in this team Low Kick too. So I thought that was a pretty fun strategy to use. Now, we have, I nearly called it Nido King. We have Machamp coming in. It's not even purple. How did I mess that one up? Nido King's Machamp, people. So now I've got my Machamp. Now, Machamp actually gets some pretty cool moves for this team as well. So it gets Low Kick, which I'm using for the Heavy Metal. I've also got Rolling Kick. I've got Scary Face on this one too. It's a Guts user, Max Speed, Max Attack. Now, the idea is to go for the Scary Face, then go for the Rolling Kick, Scummy Bag, Flinch. So I think it's got a 30% chance on it, so the best thing is to go for the Scary Face, then start spamming it. So we have a Lilligant here, which is going to be a little bit of a pain. I've also got, there wasn't much else I could put on the Machamp. I was thinking of putting maybe Protect on there, but I was really only focusing on trying to get these kicking move strategies to work. So now we have Mandibuzz coming in. I know it's going to have some sort of flying move, but Rolling Kick does pretty nice damage as well, so it's about a 3-hit KO. I thought I could go for, just keep going for Rolling Kick on that and maybe get some flinches. So I went for another Rolling Kick again. The only thing about Rolling Kick is its accuracy is a little bit shaky. Mandibuzz is also going to eat a berry there, so that kind of sucks. So I'm going to need another 2 to take this out. Now Mandibuzz is going to get flinched. So that's really good. It has a 30% flinch chance, so I really want to bank on that. And probably some of you haven't even seen Rolling Kick being used in like a Wi-Fi battle at all. Anyway, so now we have Lilligant coming in. So like, this isn't too bad. This thing's defense isn't the greatest. So I'm going to land a Rolling Kick on that. It does a little bit less than what I thought. So it is a bulky Lilligant. Now, I kind of had an idea what this set could be, but I wasn't 100% sure. I was just thinking, man, it'd be nice to have a fight like Ice Punch or Fire Punch at the moment, but it's all good. We had to do this strategy. So swapping out the Machamp here anyway and going back into Zong, I wanted to give it the skill swap Heavy Metal game. This bit took a while, so I had to speed this up by 3 times. So the idea here was the Lilligant was using Protect and blocking my skill swap. I'm not sure if he had cottoned on to what I was trying to do with Low Kick. I hadn't actually really revealed Low Kick, but it could have been obvious. I wasn't sure. Anyway, so the Lilligant's going to set a Quiver Dance. This is bad. I'm getting rid of the Own Tempo in case that it had Pedal Dance. That'd be come in handy. So I've given it Heavy Metal. So now it's prone to me landing some Low Kicks on it since it's going to be so heavy after this. So I got off the Toxic on the Lilligant. That was really important because it was setting out Quiver Dances on me easy. The only thing I was really worried about was maybe a Hidden Power Fire. The rest I wasn't really worried about. So swapping in Hitmontop here. Anyway, it's going to go for the Leech Seed on my Hitmontop swap in. Hitmontop really couldn't do too much to this. I was also a little bit worried I might go down in one shot. And I was thinking I might be able to swap out and go into Hidden Power Fire if it had it. It's just going to continue using Quiver Dance, so it's going to get a lot of them up. So I really got to take this thing up. The important thing was it was Toxic too. The unfortunate thing was I wasn't going to be able to speed it. So I swapped out Bronzong, expecting maybe a Hidden Power Fire, so I went back into my Hitmontop. That's going to get nuked by Energy Ball, so that's all right. I was kind of expecting to lose one Pokemon anyway. That was, to be expected. So Lilligant is a threat at the moment. I've got to take this thing out. My best bet is to swap Bronzong in. At least it's going to, if I swap it in and it lives, that's going to go down to Toxic. So I thought, well, I could swap in Serena as well, Serena Williams, because this is also resistant to its main stab, and obviously it only has Energy Ball as its stab, as it lands it against me. So I'm a bulky Serena set. On this one, I've got Trop Kick. I thought that'd be good to use that. High Jump Kick, Grass Whistle, and Tinnitus, Queenly Majesty, and Leftovers. So this was actually a max health, split defenses, just a bulky set really. More of a tank on my team, because if I had like 6 Pokemon with just all kicking moves, I don't really have any tanks on my team, so it's going to be very difficult to just check any moves in general. So Lilligant, I knew Lilligant would go for a protect here because it expected me to go for high jump kick, so I took the time to use my favorite healing move, getting all my health back, and that's Lilligant going to go down to the toxic. So that's good. I was glad to get rid of this thing. So that was quite a slow bit getting around Lilligant there, getting all those Quiver Dance boosts up. You know, this team was very prone to things like that, because most of the time it could only do a set amount of damage. But it was very funny using the Bronzong skill swap on Pokemon, giving them heavy metal, and you know, people are like, well, why have I got heavy metal? Then coming and using the low kick was so fun. Anyway, so that's down, so that's good. Now we have Onguru coming out. I think I butchered that name. Oranguru, Orange coming out. So now I'm going to swap out my Serena here. Now, Machamp is going to get Shrek by this thing, so I thought Bronzong's going to be a good one to swap in here. Now, also, a lot of my quite a few of my Pokemon were fighting types too. Now, it's actually setting up the Trick Room on me, which is, that's fine. Bronzong is perfect in Trick Room. I'm going to go for the skill swap. So giving the Heavy Metal to Oranguru now. I can go for the low kick against this thing. It's going to hit very hard. Plus, I'm going to get rid of the inner focus too in case I go for like some scummy flinches against it. Anyway, so now it's going to go for the Shadow Ball. I knew I'd be able to tank this one fairly well because this Bronzong is very bulky. Max health, split defenses in special defense and defense. That worked rather nicely. It was just there to tank hits, heal off, skill swap out its ability. Anyway, so Oranguru is going to swap out because it really can't touch me at all. Sandslash is going to come in. So since it's not going to be affected by Toxic, that was a good swap in. Okay, so I cannot touch this thing to save my life. There's nothing I can do to this. The only thing I was thinking is if this got Slush Rush right, I can go for a skill swap and get rid of it. So I decided to go for skill swap. Unfortunately, if I say skill swap another time, I know I'm going to mess it up. It's like a tongue twister. Anyway, so I get rid of that Slush Rush. Bronzong has got Slush Rush in Trick Room. This is amazing, people. You'll never hope to have such a good Bronzong. So I've got Bronzong, Slush Rush, and Trick Room. Man, cue those air horns. Anyway, so Slantrash really can't touch me too much. I can block all its ice type moves. They're going to ground type moves. It's not going to do anything. It's pretty good. I can go for a rest as well. Just rest off any of the Trick Room turns as well. So anyways, I wanted to swap out Bronzong because I had the wrong ability. I wanted to start swapping the heavy metal to some others. So I thought, let's swap in Exploud here. Now, Exploud, I got this guy all the way from Gen 3. He's got Mega Kick, Low Kick, and Mimic. So I've got on this normal gem to boost the power of Mega Kick. Mega Kick is very strong. I love Mega Kick and I want to use it. Mimic is pretty cool too. I was going to try and mimic another kicking move if I ever come across one. Unfortunately, in these two battles, I never come across one. But I actually did one time, but it was a disconnection. Of course it was. So now Dramper's going to come in. It's going to go for the low kick. Man, that does a lot of damage. I would have loved to give that heavy metal because that would have gone down like a sack of old potatoes. Anyway, so Dramper's going to get a Berserk. That's really bad. However, I'm going to be able to outspeed that and take it out. However, there's a little bit of hail around, but that's all good. The Dramper's going to get a freaking Quick Claw. It's going to take me out with any move, which is going to be the Fire Blast. And man, I'm so salty about that. That Quick Claw activated exactly when the Dramper needed it, and that is Exploud down. God damn it. It reminds me of that time I used that Shuckle. Anyway, so Dramper's almost down anyway. Unless it gets very, very lucky and gets another Quick Claw, I'm going to be able to take it out. So swapping in Machamp, and I can just use Rolling Kick or Low Kick to take it out. Went for the Rolling Kick, and that's going to roll the Dramper out of the battle. So things are going pretty good. A very even battle at the moment. We've actually got we've got two down on each side. So I've got my Flame Orb Guts up, which is really good. So I'm going to be hitting fairly hard. So now we have Oranguru coming out. So it's like, if I can get the Rolling Kick on Oranguru as a flinch, that's a 2-hit KO. So going for the Rolling Kick does a lot of damage. Oh, I don't get the flinch. No. So Psychic's going to be enough to take out Machamp easy there. And old Tight Pants is going to go down. But it's all good. I can definitely revenge kill the Oranguru. So now the Hitmonlee set. I got a sweep with this set. It's very, very trolly and quite very fun to use. If you want to see that Hitmonlee sweep, people, let me know. So this Hitmonlee set, it's max attack, max speed, jolly nature, focus energy with scope lens, rolling kick, blaze kick, and foresight. So the idea is to flinch and crit the opponent as much as you can. So it's 100% crit. Abomasnow is going to come in here. I had Blaze Kick, so I was like, which I actually, hadn't used Blaze Kick at all on Hitmonlee. So I was like, this is really good. This is going to do a lot of damage. If this isn't a bulky set, it's gone. It's 4 times super effective. So anyway, so the big Christmas tree evolves into a bigger Christmas tree. I'm going to go for the Blaze Kick, and that's going to take it out in one with a critical hit. Now, that was actually a max health, max defense Abomasnow, which actually mattered because doing it at max about 80 to 85% damage. So that crit definitely mattered. I couldn't say we all know that crit mattered this time. Anyway, so we have Sand Slash coming in. Thank God I had that scope lens. It actually helped me out. So Sand Slash is going to come in. I don't want to risk that because the hail is happening. Now, this part, I'm going to speed up. So going into Bronzong, expecting a scummy Z move, which I never saw coming. So now I'm going to swap Bronzong because that one's going to be able to take that really easy. So this bit, I could not do anything at all right. I just had to wait for that snow to go, and Sand Slash hit me with a couple of Icicle Spears. So, going for the skill swap again, getting rid of that Slush Rush, and having Bronzong with Slush Rush. I wish I could have made, I wish Bronzong had a kicking move, even though it's got no legs. It would have been hilarious to be able to make use of Slush Rush Bronzong. Anyway, so Serena's going to come in and take that one rather nicely. I was a little bit scared that Sand Slash could have protected on this set as well, going for the high jump kick. So I almost went for Trop Kick here, but I knew there was a Mandy Buzz around too. Now the Sand Slash is going to swap out, and the Mandy Buzz is going to come in. So I'm like, okay, that's not such bad. I'm going to land a high jump kick on it. Plus, I'm going to be able to outspeed it. High jump kick misses. Oh, no. No, that was really bad. I guess that made up for the crit from the Mega Abomasnow earlier on. So that's fair play. So anyways, I can't do much to this apart from going for another high jump kick. However, it's going to outspeed me because I'm running a bulky set, and Dank Pulse is going to be enough to take me out. God dang it. So all I've got left is Bronzong and Hitmonlee. I've got to do something. So swapping a Hitmonlee here, I can go for the rolling kick to try and get some scummy flinch, or I could risk going for the focus energy. Couldn't risk going for that. Rolling kick doesn't flinch, and the Mandy Buzz gets up a tailwind. Oh dear, this is really bad. So I have to swap out Hitmonlee here. I'm going to get outsped by both the remaining Pokemon. Hitmonlee is my only way to take out the remaining Pokemon. Bronzong really is just going to have to tank some stuff, right? Anyway, so it's going to go for the Air Slash. I'm going to resist that nicely, baby. Getting that leftover recovery. Now I can go for the rest. Mandy Buzz is going to go for the Nasty Plot, predicting a classic Pimpnite rest Sleep Talk set. Anyway, so I got all my health back. I'm praying I can get a Sleep Talk Toxic. That'd be so good. Anyway, so going for the Sleep Talk, and I get skill swaps, so we're going to swap our skills. Getting rid of that Overcoat. So this is basically a Trick Room Hail team, so pretty cool. Anyway, so Mandy Buzz is going to go for another Tailwind, blowing that wind behind. I'm hoping to get a Toxic off, which I do, which is nice. So that the Mandy Buzz and the Hitmonlee is going to be bad. I've got to get rid of it, right? So this turn it's going to go for another Nasty Pot. I woke up, went for a Toxic. I don't want to go to sleep, right, because I don't want to get set up on more. And I know I have to get rid of that Sand Slash as well. Anyway, so the Mandy Buzz is going to go for a Dark Pulse there. Almost takes me out. However, it goes down itself to the Toxic damage. So this was a really crucial play here. So Alolan Sand Slash is going to come out. So I was like, if it's going to go for Hail, I've got to get rid of it, Slush Rush, or is it going to go for Icicle Spheres? It doesn't have much else to hit me. Now, this Sand Slash was really worrying me. I had to get rid of it with my Hitmonlee, right? So go for the skill swap anyway, which is really good because that's going to get rid of it Slush Rush and give it the Overcoat, and I'm going to get the Slush Rush. Not that the Overcoat really mattered too much because it was already an Ice type. Anyway, so I'm going to get hit by the Hail. It was very, very tempting to go for a rest here, but I thought, nah, I'm just going to let Bronzong die because I need to get the Hitmonlee in against this thing. However, the Sand Slash now, it's got the Aurora Veil up. I was like, oh no, that means it's got to be able to tank my fighting moves. This is really, really bad. Even though it's very weak to that, with that Aurora Veil, it's going to make a big, big difference. Anyways, so since I'm running Jolly on Hitmonlee too, and I'm using Rolling Kick, right, it's going to not take it out. I needed like a reckless high jump kick or some shit. But I didn't run that. I was running a classic Pimpnite set. Anyway, so Bronzong's going to go down to an Icicle Sphere from this thing. I think it hit me 3 times. I just went for Toxic because it's basically useless. And Zong is down. So the last Pokemon is the Hitmonlee. So I had to pray to the RNG gods that I could get the Rolling Kick flinch off. Anyway, so going for that, since I've got to outspeed, since it doesn't have Slush Rush, does lots of damage, over half health, doesn't get a flinch. Now the Sand Slash is going to go for the Icicle Sphere. This is like a scummy set, so it's going to land 1, baby. It's going to land 2. Will it kill me? It's going to go for another one, which is the 3rd one. Hitmonlee lives on 17 health, 3 hits. Now I can go for the Rolling Kick and take out the Sand Slash, which is good. And it doesn't miss. Man, that was a really good game. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Let's get on to the next one. Well, that could have gone any way. Like, there was so many things in that battle that could have gone either way. I could have missed a Rolling Kick. That could have hit 5 times. Holy damn. Anyway, so let's get into this one. This is a battle against Elder on my chat. So we have a comfy lead, which I'm not very comfortable with because it's a fairy type, right? Pardon the pun, but it is a fairy type, and a lot of my moves were fighting types, the kicking moves, right? So I had to get around this thing. So it's going to be a wrap set. So this is annoying. So it's going to wrap my Bronzong. I really can't do anything to this at all because all I've got really is Toxic against this thing, and I'm going to go to sleep. That's about it. I wasn't sure if it had anything to heal that off either. So actually, I need a drink. My voice is getting a little bit hoarse. There really needed to be a Mudsdale on the field when I said that. Anyway, so I've got the Toxic up, which is cool. I could go for skill swap and get rid of Triage and give it heavy metal, so that would make those low kicks hit a little bit harder, I guess, but at least it wouldn't be able to get that priority healing. Anyways, so I can go, as I said, I'm going to go for the skill swap here, and now it's going to go for the Leech Seed. Leech Seed is going to miss my Bronzong, so that's not too bad. This battle is going to be fairly long, or this matchup is going to be fairly long. So getting rid of its ability and giving Bronzong the Triage. Bronzong with Triage, man. Bronzong has some really cool abilities in the last battle, especially with skill swap. A lot of the time people don't you see skill swap too much, more in like doubles and singles. Anyway, so Comfy is going to take some extra damage from the Toxic there, and Wrap is going to do some extra damage to me too. So I thought, well, there's really nothing I could do here unless I just go to sleep. It's really up to the Comfy to swap. I couldn't actually do anything here. So going to sleep with my Bronzong. Now, as also people in the comment section, make sure you leave some theme teams that haven't already been done. I see a lot of people have not checked out the playlist. The playlist is at the end of the video too. So that'll be playing. You just click there and see all the videos that have already been done. I don't normally do a number 2 team of other ones unless the Pokemon have a significant change or a lot of people want to see it. That's mainly my rule of thumb. Anyway, so Comfy's going to take more damage from the Toxic. It's not going to be good for it because I'm asleep, and the Wrap's just not doing enough damage to it. So I was guessing it was eventually going to swap here because it was a bad matchup for the Comfy. So finally, Comfy swaps after 69 turns, and we have the Slazzle coming in. So Slazzle could be going for another move like Substitute, so I was a little bit wary whether I should swap or not. I know that as a Fire-type move, it's going to wreck me, but you know, I really wanted to get that skill swap off. Unfortunately, I got Toxic and it's not going to affect us. Like, that sucks. I really wanted to get the skill swap off. Then I could get Corrosion, right? Then I could use Toxic against it. That would have been epic. Anyways, so that was what I was thinking. Anyway, if I could do that, that'd be awesome. Anyway, so the Leech Seed is still up on the Slazzle. I was thinking here, should I take the Wrist Stain or should I swap out? I wasn't sure. So I stayed in and it's going to go for Overheat. So there's no way I'm going to be able to live that one, and Bronzong is down. So unfortunately, I couldn't get the Corrosion Bronzong happening, but it's all good. I can swap something in here. Unfortunately, that was it for Bronzong using the Heavy Metal because I couldn't get the Power Boost from Low Kick. But that was all good. I had a couple of, plenty more tricks up my sleeve. So now swapping in the Exploud, which was max, this was max health, max attack. So now it's going to go for Facade. Since it's got a Toxic Orb, it's going to do a fair amount of damage to me. I'm going to go for the Mega Kick. It lands, thank goodness, and I'm going to get the normal gem Power Boost, and that's going to be easily enough to take out Slazzle. I think that was definite overkill with the normal gem. However, that is down, which is good. Very threatening Pokemon. So a mix Salazzle too. So now we have Leafon coming in. Now Leafon can do a lot of things to me. I thought, well, I could at least go for the Mega Kick again. However, it's going to go for the Retaliate, which is going to get a boost from the KO'd Pokemon earlier, Salazzle, and that's going to take out my Exploud, which sucks. But that's all good. I can swap something else in. I can also say it's not Choice Seaver. It's also got Life Orb. So swapping in Hitmontop. Now, I didn't get to show Hitmontop off in the first battle. This is the set that was running. It had the move Triple Kick, which you don't see at all. It's the only Pokemon that gets it apart from Smeargle. So Triple Kick is quite an interesting move, right? Since it's a Triple Kick, you'd think, okay, it can hit 3 times in a row. However, Triple Kick can actually stop when it misses, right? And it won't actually say it missed, it just stops. It's a very strange move, right? Anyway, I also got High Jump Kick, Low Kick, and Foresight on this with the Technician and King's Rock. So I was trying to go for the scummy King's Rock boost on the Triple Kick so I could flinch them and work it that way. Anyway, so we have this annoying Golluspot. Golluspot was quite a hard Pokemon to get around on my team because I didn't actually have much to hit it with, apart from like my Mega Kick and things like that. So now it's going to be a special Golluspot. I'm going to go for another Triple Kick, hoping to get this thing, just get rid of it. Each kick as well from Triple Kick, as you can notice, it's getting more powerful. So it's kind of like roll out, but each kick is getting exponentially harder. So the third kick being the hardest. So now Golluspot's going to have a Berry, of course it does. And it's going to go for another Surf. It's going to go for another Surf against my Hitmontop. Hitmontop has got nice special defense, and Golluspot's special attack is rather crap. So it's going to be able to tank that one with 3 hits, even with the sweeping Hitmontop. Now, going for the Triple Kick again, this is my best opportunity to try and get a flinch on this thing. There was absolutely nothing I could even do here. So now Golluspot is going to be able to get through that. I didn't even flinch it once. And it's going to go for Frost Breath. Frost Breath misses, which is good. I did contemplate actually swapping them. So that was good. So going for another Triple Kick. Now it's finally put Golluspot in range of emergency exit. It's going to swap it out of the battle. Thank goodness. I was so glad to get rid of that thing, or at least for a moment, right? So anyways, Golispold is swapping out, and now we have the Comfy coming back in. Oh, I got to get rid of this thing. So I thought I could go for a high jump kick right here, just to do some like raw damage against it, then swap something else in. Maybe I could try that. So I decided to go for that one in case it wasn't like a super bulky one. High jump kick does pretty good damage considering it resists it. Now Comfy's going to go for a wrap. I thought it might actually go for a wrap on the swap, so I decided to stay in. That was my reasoning behind it. So anyway, I can go for a high jump kick this turn. Unless it has some sort of form of healing or draining kiss or something, I'm going to go down. But I was kind of handy for that. That helpful damage from high jump kick was good enough. I was kind of happy with that, even if I went down this turn. So going for the high jump kick here anyway, and that is Comfy down, which is good. I was glad to get rid of that thing. Very, very bulky. So, I think that was the most bulky Pokemon on their team, which is good too. So now we have Leafon coming in. This thing I know has quick attack as well, or it's just going to outspeed me in general. It's going to go for the Retaliate, and that's going to be like overkill to the max, and that's going to take out my Hitmontop. So that's cool. We both have, I've got 3 Pokemon taken down, but that Golispold was very low health too, so it was fairly even, I'd say, at the moment. So now, swapping in the Machamp, I want to go for the Scary Face here to drop the speed so I can start going first a Rolling Kick, getting some scummy flinch up. So now I'm going to get hit by the Leaf Blade. It wasn't a crit, but man, that did a lot of damage with the Life Orb, getting that Scary Face off. So even with max speed, Machamp and Scary Face, Machamp isn't probably the fastest Pokemon, but I know it's going to be enough to outspeed the Leafon. Now, I really got to get this off too because I've got the Flame Orb. I've got to take this one out right now. So going for the Rolling Kick does a lot of damage, just lives, and it's going to finish me off with the Leaf Blade. Oh, I didn't get the flinch. That's unfortunate. Leafon also has nice base defense itself, and that was coming off a low base power move. So I kind of saw that one coming. I just was hoping for that flinch. Anyway, so swapping in Serena now. This is bulky. I know that I can take anything this thing throws at me. And high jump kick misses. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, so it's going to fall and crash. Retaliate is going to land from the Leafon. I guess there was no point in them swapping it out. They thought they'd probably get, they're going to go down anyway. The Life Orb is going to be enough to take him out. So eventually, in the end, Leafon took itself out with a Life Orb. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, so I've got 2 Pokemon left, which is fine. I've got 3 Pokemon on the opposing opponent's side of the field. I also got Trop Kick, which will be handy too. So now Golispod's going to come in. I almost contemplated healing or swapping, but I went for Trop Kick anyway just to drop his attack. Not that I know it's got any, attacking moves. And it lives on, 1 health with a critical hit. Seriously. Now it's going to go for the Frost Breath, which is going to be a critical hit, and that's going to take off my Serena. Oh, my... Oh, that's not fair. Come on. So my last Pokemon, right, is the infamous Hitmonlee, which I got to sweep with so many times. This set is so good. Anyway, so... It's on 1 health, right? So I went for the Focus Energy, right? So I thought I could definitely tank a Surf from this thing. Any moves, unless they're hiding a sneaky move up their sleeve. Anyway, so this is going to be a critical hit on the Hitmonlee. I've got nice special defense, so I'm going to be able to take that one rather easily too. Plus, it's not stab, and it's coming from a very poor special attack. So going for the Rolling Kick, that's going to be enough to take out the Golispold, which is good. So I'm all set up on my Hitmonlee, and we all know that crit mattered. That crit on 1 health, though. Seriously. Anyway, so we have Pangoro coming in. I can go for the Rolling Kick against this thing. It's going to be super effective. It's also got the Mold Breaker too, so it's going to be breaking that mold. So going for the Rolling Kick, as I said, I'm Jolly Nature, so I'm going to be outspeeding a lot of things, and that's just going to absolutely Shrek it. So the last Pokemon was a Pokemon I knew that I could do very well against too in the team preview. This was Articuno, so I do have Rolling Kick, and I do have, almost said Flare Blitz then, Hacker Exposed. We have the freaking Blaze Kick. Unfortunately, it misses, and they're going to get a Z move off. I'm like, oh, what is this going to be? So it's a Water-type move. I was going through its moves, I was like, I wonder what this is going to be. So it's going to be a Z move, a Water Z move, and it actually turned out to be Hydro Vortex Bubble Beam. I was like, what the fuck? So it's all the way from Gen 1 Baby Cakes. Anyway, so the Articuno is going to go for the Hydro Vortex and Bubble Beam against my Hitmonlee. Man, it does some damage. I just live on 21 health. I was like, oh man, I got to get something happening here. So going for the Rolling Kick on the Articuno, it rolls over, and it gets a crit, and it gets a flinch. What? Seriously? And now I'm going to go for the Blaze Kick this time, and it doesn't miss. Thank goodness. That's going to be enough to take out the Articuno. GG, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed both these battles. Oh, enjoy those bloopers. I'm all kicked out at the moment. Seriously.